مشاهدينا مشاهدي زوم أفريقيا، برحب بحضراتكم معانا في جولاتنا الكثيرة في القارة الأفريقية الجميلة، القارة الخضراء اللي فيها العديد من الدول اللي فيها نماذج فعلا يحتذى بيها. استوقفني التجربة الرواندية اللي كانت خرجت من مذابح صعبة جدا عام 1994 لأعلى تنمية في القارة الأفريقية بل في العالم. معايا النهاردة معالي السفير ألفريد كاليسا، سفير رواندا في جمهورية مصر العربية. Welcome to our program, Your Excellency.
Thank you for having me.
Your Excellency, when we start, now we are here in Sharm el Sheikh, and you part of the World Youth Forum, okay? How do you see this conference and the attending of some of youth in Rwanda?
Well, I really want to congratulate His Excellency the President of Egypt, Al-Sisi, the government of the people of Egypt for this impressive forum. It's well organized. This fourth edition, in spite of the pandemic, has been well attended, and the Rwanda delegation is not very strong in terms of numbers, but we have about 6 Rwandans youth who came to this conference.
Okay, about the relationship between Egypt and Rwanda.
The relationship between Egypt and Rwanda is excellent, has been moving towards a very warm and strong relationship. I'll only give you a few examples in terms of economic diplomacy. We have been having growing numbers of Egyptian companies working in Rwanda in the health care, in infrastructure, and also small and medium enterprises, including hospitals and trading. So we value this evolving strong economic relationship. In terms of health, education, and we also have an increasing numbers of Rwandan students attending several universities through the Nile Basin Initiative, master degrees in health and technology and different areas of science. So we also see this growing relationship as well. We have Egyptian medical doctors, about 36 medical doctors.
Wow.
Practicing in different hospitals in Rwanda, in private clinics. Yes, so the relationship is great. Of course, we have a strong relationship in terms of defense and security cooperation. Our Minister of Defense was here last December to attend the edX, and we have quite a number of officers attending different courses here in Egypt.
Okay, that's great. If we're talking about the genocide 1994 and then become a great country, how the country make it?
Well, I think if I could relate to some of the themes.
Imagine.
So if I could relate to some of the themes in this youth forum, what we did was basically to rebuild the countries, starting with the youth. Because at that time, 27 years ago, a youth who was 15 is now 42.
Oh.
Is in leadership.
Ah, okay.
So, as His Excellency the President here is advocating, let's engage the youth, give a chance to the youth, bring them to the table, because we'll be the leaders of tomorrow. We've experienced this in Rwanda, as we tried to bring in a new mindset when the new generation will judge his fellow Rwandan not on where he comes from, not who he is, but his capacity to contribute to the well-being of the country, of the community, and his family. So working with the youth is very, very important as we engage towards the future. So the planning involving engaging the youth. Of course, the women were very important, because in 1994, we have lost so many men. We have so many households headed by women. women who suffered trauma. But it was very important also to emphasize program for young women. At that time, we're talking about ladies who were in between 20 and 40 years old who suffered huge trauma. Their husbands, sons, daughters being killed. But we have also to go through this process, empower the women, help them and the youth. So yes, sustainability starts with youth and leads to a brighter future.
So the youth is the key.
The key, yes, is to start that reconciliation process, that new mindset of peace for all, security for all, inclusivity for all with the youth.
رواندا واحدة من أسرع الاقتصادات نمواً في إفريقيا لدرجة إنه بيطلق عليها لفظ النمر الإفريقي. ووصل إجمالي الناتج المحلي 2876 مليار فرنك رواندي بعد ما كان 174 مليار فرنك رواندي، وارتفع الحد الأدنى للأجور بمعدل 3.5 ضعف خلال نفس الفترة. وفي عام 2019 حققت نسبة نمو اقتصادي عالي لتتفوق على اقتصادات عملاقة مثل الصين والهند. ورواندا بلد زراعي، 90% من السكان بيشتغلوا في الزراعة ورعي الأبقار، وبتشتهر بثروة حيوانية ضخمة تقدر بحوالي 660 ألف رأس ماشية وأبقار. وأغلب صادرات رواندا من البن الخام والشاي والتبغ، ومن أشهر الموارد الطبيعية القصدير والذهب والتنجستين الخام. إلا إن المصادر دي بتساعد بنسبة ضئيلة في الاقتصاد بسبب سوء النقل. وبلد الألف تل بتستورد غالباً المواد الغذائية والطبية والمعدات، وبتشتهر البلد بزراعة الموز وقصب السكر والتفاح والأناناس والكاكاو والبرتقال، وفيها بعض الصناعات التانية مثل الأسمنت والصابون والأثاث والأحذية والسلع البلاستيكية والمنسوجات والسجائر. أما عن التجارة فبلغ إجمالي قيمة الواردات عام 2018 1.9 مليار دولار، وأهم الواردات دي هي المواد الغذائية والآلات والمعدات وحديد الصلب والمنتجات البترولية والأسمنت ومواد البناء. وفي العام ده بلغ إجمالي قيمة الصادرات مليار دولار أمريكي. وبلغة الأرقام فرواندا بتحتل المرتبة 38 عالمياً والثانية إفريقياً بعد موريشيوس من حيث سهولة ممارسة أنشطة الأعمال، وذلك وفقاً لتقرير البنك الدولي، وده لعدة أسباب. أولها سهولة السفر، والمستثمرين الأجانب لهم نفس فرص وحقوق المستثمرين الروانديين، وسهولة الإجراءات والتراخيص وتوفر التراخيص الإلكترونية، وده بخلاف توفر الفرص الاستثمارية وضعف المنافسة والنمو الدائم والمستمر على المستوى الاقتصادي. والمفاجأة إن تسجيل شركة جديدة أو فرع لشركة أجنبية بيكون من غير مقابل، والمفاجأة الأكبر إنك تقدر تبدأ مشروع متناهي الصغر ب$100 بس، ولو معاك $1000 تبدأ مشروع صغير له عوائد ربحية كويسة. وغيرها عشرات المشروعات التانية اللي بتتوفر لما بيزيد رأس المال اللي بتملكه.
If we talking about the investment opportunity in the great country Rwanda.
Well, before talking to investments, what are the underlying values that attract investors? Precisely, is that culture of peace, that culture of security, and that value that you are working for the whole community, and you can only better the whole community by not being selfish. So you avoid issues of corruptions and also all these negative values, but you bring in values that are for the whole society. This obviously will attract then investors. So through our journey, we've seen year in, year out, more investors coming to Rwanda because we are attracted by that culture of peace, security, and also placing the interest of the whole country before your own interests. And of course, hard work and education is very important as well in terms of acquiring new skills that will be used by the investors in the country.
Yeah. Okay, about the fields, how can I attract the investor to come and invest and what is the process. Okay, now I'm Egyptian, I'm here, and I want to go to Rwanda, starting from taking the visa and go to establish a company and this.
We have taken some important steps. First, in terms of travel, all the African passport holders do not need a visa. They get the visa at the airport. So in terms of attracting tourism from Africa or entire world, you pack your bags, go to Kigali International Airport, you get a visa.
It's very easy. Oh, really?
For investors, we have a one-stop shop for the last 15 or 20 years, where all the services for opening a company, for being guided to which sector you want, is done by the Rwanda Development Board, where they take the investors from his arrival up to the point where he starts his own business, where there are officers in charge to help him. Needless to say that Rwanda is among the top 25 in terms of ease of doing business by the World Bank, and even in terms of the top 5 by the risk managers in the world, in terms of Africa. So obviously, these important steps in terms of helping would-be entrepreneurs, allowing tourists to come in, allowing the freedom to do business in Rwanda where there is no restriction in terms of ownership. You can own your business 100%. You don't need to partner with the state. You don't need to partner with the Rwandans. As long as it's an approved investment, you'll be able to conduct your business.
Okay, that's great. How many years you're here in Egypt as an ambassador? How many years?
Well, I got here in October 2019. Unfortunately, I came through COVID, but in spite of that, we've been able to engage some serious companies at the highest level. As I said, an example, we were able to attract, to have strong discussions with companies in infrastructure, also in healthcare. The Magdi Yaqub Heart Center has just opened with the help of the Egyptian government, the Rwanda government, and a foundation stone has been laid to start a new heart center in Kigali. This will go a long way to reduce the numbers of Rwandan or Africans in the region going for operations in Europe. We're also talking about other health centers in terms of clinics, oncology, and specialized clinics with Egyptian companies. So we believe we are in the right way in terms of healthcare. And also we're discussing with a few universities, we can put some campuses in Rwanda, especially in the areas of science, technology, and health.
Okay, that's great. How do you see the development in Egypt?
I don't even have the right words, but it's amazingly impressive. I got here when the new capital was being built, was in the process. I visited last December, almost completed. I've seen every day that I wake up, new highways, new buildings, now a metro, a railroad linking 6 October to the new capital is passing in front of my office.
Yes.
It's unbelievable. And I've been to the North Coast, to the South Coast, to Alamein, everywhere I go, it's just infrastructure development, housing, it's amazing.
Okay.
Bravo, Egypt.
Oh, thank you. Finally, how do you see Egyptian and the Egyptian food and staying here in Egypt? It's easy?
It's very easy for me. I love it, and I wish I would stay a bit more to witness even a greater cooperation between Egypt and Rwanda. Hopefully, we are working towards that, and we can see increasingly delegations, official delegations, private visit between both countries. Egypt Air flies to Kigali 3 times a week. We believe that post-pandemic might be increased to 5 or 6. So we hope for the best, and I'm sure we are on the right way to a strong relationship between the countries and the people.
Oh, thank you so much, Ambassador Alfred Kalisa, Ambassador for Rwanda here in Egypt. مشاهدي زوم أفريقيا فاصل وراجعين تاني.